Well, I'm back at it again. Or, well, I never really did stop. I just ran out of time for making videos. Wife needed a Oogie Boogie statue for the kids' bathroom, and my son, he needed a Fortnite mask that we couldn't get locally. And my parents had quite a few trees come down and some storms, and so I had to help them clean that up. And then one of them was struck by lightning, and we just had that one dropped, and I had one that was torn apart and thrown back into the woods. So just quite a few little things. But anyways, I thought I would take a moment to show you the progress that I have made and talk about what my plans are for the track. I'm really leaning towards kind of Utah, deserty mountains, maybe old gold rush mines that are worn down kind of buildings, maybe a small town somewhere, or maybe a mural of a small town painted on the fence or something. I'm not really sure. But anyways, I've probably redone these first two rocks here 3 different times to finally get the texture I wanted, and then I repeated it on the rocks afterwards. I really didn't care for the smooth, large boulder look. I really wanted scale mountains to have back here. Problem is, of course, I can't go 10 scale. I wish I could. I wish I had the money and the equipment to go a 10th scale mountain, but I can't. So, those small mountains, let's call them Texas mountains. But anyways, I'm also adding cavities in them. I've never done this before, so I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I'm adding cavities in them in areas that I hope I don't block good driving angles. But anyways, I want some plants and trees and small trees and stuff like that up on the rocks so they just don't look like rocks with plants around them. I've been looking at Garden Railroad, and I really like the way Garden Railroads look, and that's kind of the look I want, but I still want to be able to drive on it. I don't want to have to be delicate with my trucks if they roll. I don't want, plants destroyed or other stuff destroyed. So I'm really open to ideas here and any suggestions that you guys might have. Like I said, I'd like to lead towards a Utah mountain range kind of look with, some old rustic buildings, run-down stuff, maybe some signage along the bridges, closed bridge, that kind of stuff, maybe some newer bridges. I'd like to have some kind of bridge going across this gap here. I'm not sure if it's going to be a truck bridge or just a bridge that looks like it was for people. I really like to add a lot of little details and a lot of little things to see. I just poured this section yesterday, and so, as you can see, I added another pocket there, there's a pocket there, and then I got a big pocket here. I was going to put that holly there, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. I have another, not even sure what it is. It's kind of a sticker bush kind of thing, so I may put it in there, save the holly for somewhere else. It was once a bonsai. It's kind of overgrown, so I'll trim it back up and get it looking like a proper little tree. I'm going to dig up some pine trees that we have around here, that are little baby pine trees to put in different places. But hopefully once the rain cuts out, we got rain coming tomorrow, once the rain cuts out and this concrete dries for a week or so, I would like to go ahead and either stain or paint these and try to get these to color and go ahead and decorate and finish this area and then move on to the next area. It kind of gets boring just doing this much concrete over and over and over again. So I'd like to change gears, maybe work on some details, and then that way I can do some driving and have some fun, and then come to this section, and then that section, and then I've got over there by the barn, and then in the ditch, and eventually I want to add a brick patio. I have 2 pallets of bricks that are left over from construction, and I'd like to add a brick patio over there and have a whole little seating area so that you can sit over here and, have a cup of coffee in the morning and enjoy your mountain range. But anyways, I guess let me head back here and I'll give you all a quick look of what's in the woods back there, because that is also on the slate to start working on this year too, once the leaves drop in, if winter ever arrives. Once the leaves drop and I can see back there, I'm going to start clearing back there, and I want to convert that all to a scale track also. Not a desert though. That'll be wooded. I don't want another desert. One desert's enough. So anyways, let me get back there on the other side of the fence and I'll bring y'all back there. Well, here it is. This is our wooded area. We've got about an acre back here. As you can see, there's the neighbor's house, and that clearing over there is my parents' property. These lots are about an acre and a half, a little bit more, and we've eaten up the first half an acre. We front loaded our lot with the house up front. Instead of having a big front yard, we want a big backyard, mainly just so I can play back here. We don't want to take any of the trees out, but we do want to brush cut. I would love to have a bunch of walking trails back here with kind of a course for the trucks that you can that have obstacles and other scale features. I'm thinking wooded area, maybe campsites, you know, different scale features set up, little camping areas, maybe little cabins, things like that. Just things to walk around and see. There's one of the that's not a tree, that's an actual limb that blew from my backyard all the way back here. Storm's got a little rough. Right here is what used to be a access road to a deer stand. This all was hunting lease before it became neighborhood. I'm thinking about this area right here, turning this into a dry riverbed. I think that would really look nice, and it'd give me a lot of opportunity to build stuff for the trucks to drive on. But I got a long ways to go back here before this is all drivable. Most of it's a pine needle base. But there's a lot of area back here. I can pretty much go as crazy as I want as long as I don't cut all the trees down. As long as I leave it wooded, the wife is good. So pretty much just get rid of all the underbrush, and I got to figure out some obstacles to add back here. I'm not really sure what scale details. I would really love to have this whole area decked out with courses and scale details and all kinds of stuff. So if you guys have any ideas on what to do or what kind of scale details I could add to a wooded area, that'd be great. Like I said, I'm thinking maybe some cabins, campsites, different things like that. But I don't know. I mean, of course, the scale would be around 10th scale, so I can build it. I just can't. I don't know what to build. Want places to see and things to do. But you can only build so many bridges. So, but there is a few hills. I'm going to add some logs, buried logs, and different things like that to add some dirt hills. I don't know that I'll do much concrete work back here, a boulder or two maybe, but I think I'll keep that back there in the backyard. In the dry riverbed, I will probably add either real boulders or I will make some out of concrete for that area. But back in here, I really would just like I don't know what kind of obstacles. I mean, I hate to just come out here and drive over logs and stuff. So I'm hoping you guys have some ideas and can really help me out here on what to do with this much space. I mean, it's not a huge piece of land, but I think an acre is going to be a pretty good size scale track. So if you got any ideas, like I said, post them up and let me know. And if you guys got any links to other people who've built scale tracks that, you know, are a wooded area or have high details, because I want to, like I said, I want to add buildings and all kinds of stuff, not just, you know, obstacles like crawling over logs or stuff. I'd actually like to have something to come out here and look at and walk around and see. Again, it's kind of like a garden railroad, except really big and 10th scale. So it's going to take a lot of area, but it should be nice when it's done, and it should be a lot of fun for me and my son. And once we get it built, then I plan on having, you know, anybody that wants to come out that's nearby that wants to drive out and drive on it, they're more than welcome to, and have as much guests and maybe in a few scale competitions out here once it gets all finished. But I'm going to start clearing it this winter. Most of these leaves will drop, the scrub brush, and I'll just go by hand and start clearing out stuff and burning it up. And then I'm going to let the scrub brush grow back in certain areas to block line of sight. Because like I said, it's not that big. It just seems big when you don't have line of sight all the way across it. So I'm going to use that to my advantage and just kind of make winding trails through here so it seems a lot bigger than it really is. So, I mean, as you can tell, there's the property line right there. And when you get out there, when you get out there in a cleared lot, you can really see how small the lots really are. I think we're 150 feet wide, I think, 150 feet, if I remember correctly. so not huge wide, and I think it's 400 feet back, something like that, I forget. It's good size. We came from a regular neighborhood to here, so this seems like the Ponderosa to us. People that live out here in the country, these are just little small house lots. I mean, the people behind me, they have 500 acres. So this seems like nothing to them. This is a little tiny neighborhood. But anyways, like I said, if you got any ideas or links to ideas or scale builds or track builds, I'd appreciate it. I like seeing some of the German rallies and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind doing some stuff like that. You know, different signage and things like that to really give it a good scale look. Anyways, I will be posting up more videos on a regular basis, and I think my next video will cover more about the actual mix and the process of putting the cement down, as opposed to just the carving and showing the finished product. I'll probably also do a video that is just based on the new carving style that I'm using to get that squared off look and the rougher textures. And then hopefully soon I'll be painting that section. I think I'm going to do a trial paint on that section first. I'm not sure if I'm going to stain or paint or both. And then I want to add some bridges and plants, and I'm going to go ahead and go section by section and decorate as I go. It gets kind of boring just doing all concrete over and over and over again. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I look forward to, as the weather gets cool out here, to really get to building now that things have cooled off. It's still 80 degrees today, but you know, it's not 90 or 100, so I guess that's better. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next video.